And today we got a project going on. We got to spray the corn. I got the sprayer hooked up. It's all ready to go. I made one pass. Make sure everything's working right. And it looks like maybe we will be knee-high by the 4th of July. It's June 28th. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to spray the corn. Well, I had to fill up again. I would say I'm about 3/4 of the way done with this field. But yep, I'm ready to fold it back out and keep on going. Well, I unhooked my sprayer, and now I'm going to go ahead and spread some fertilizer. But everybody's probably wondering, what are all these tanks for in front of this sprayer? So I'm going to show you a little bit about it and what each one does. Starting off here, this little tank right here is my induction tank. This is where I could put my chemicals in. And I just turn that valve right there with the PTO on, and it sucks the chemicals right up the line and into the big tank right there. That tank's 500 gallons. The next tank here is my foam tank. This one right here. I fill this up with water and I put some soap in there, actually. And what that does is it pumps out, and it pumps out to my back markers over here. These things right here on the end. And that's how I get my foam, which marks my end spots on both sides. But on my tractor, I have a left and a right controller, so I can either put the left on or the right side on. But that's what that is there. That's a foamer. Now on the back side of this induction tank here, they give you a little hand sprayer, which is really nice. You could spray all your chemicals off, clean your tanks out. That's real nice. And then they have it all laid out in the front here, all the controls on what you would want to do with each tank. And it's all specified right there. And you just follow the steps. Now this big tank right here, this tank is a wash tank. You fill this up with clean water, and what that does is when you're done with the sprayer, okay, see it runs out of spray, all you got to do is come down here, follow the chart, and it'll tell you what valves to turn, and it allows fresh water to go through your sprayer and clean out your main tank through the nozzles. So you could actually keep spraying in the field just to empty your sprayer and clean it out through that tank right there. It works really nice. And then the last tank you see here up in front here, this is a wash tank. All this is here, this is just a tank to wash your hands. That's all clean water right there. In case you get something on your hands, wash them off. And then last but not least, we got the big tank in the back. And this is a 500-gallon tank. And everything mixes in it. And you can also fill this big tank to put your water in right there. If you got a pump, a transfer pump, you can hook your line up right there and you can fill that big tank up. But what I do, I just open the top right there and I just use a hose and I fill it up with water right there. So that's a little bit about this sprayer. You see me using it, but you know, you see all these tanks and it's like, wow, what's he got going on there? But each one serves a good purpose. Well, I got the corn all sprayed. Now I'm gonna spread fertilizer. Got the card here. This is one that I've rented. Corn's looking pretty good. This is where I had the hay. It's getting pretty tall. All right, I started up here and the belt wasn't turning. That brings the fertilizer out of the chain. I notice here it's off the sprocket. So all I got to do is take this off, pull this down, put that on that sprocket right there. There we go, now it'll work. Put that on there. This activates the belt. It's ground driven by that sprocket on that axle, and when you drop it down, it starts to turn right here. My sprayer's folded up right now. And, you know, it's just in the storage position. But you could see on the end here, there was one nozzle that I couldn't figure out. What is this thing? And it's right here. And it's one lonely nozzle that sticks out. If I was to fold this out, and it goes actually up. And I'm like, what the heck is that? That is to spray fence lines. And that's what we're going to do here in a moment. We're going to start spraying some fence lines. And I thought that was pretty slick. So what I'll be doing, I'll be opening up just this side of the sprayer, extending this, just this side out, and turning on that nozzle to go along the fence line and spray them. Okay, I'm going to spray this fence line right here. You can see the fence posts. That's high tensile right there, so you can't see the wire too well. But I'm going to extend my boom out over to there and use that one nozzle that I showed you. Now on my tractor, on my Raven controls, this is my setup here, and I got 1 through 6. So I actually have 1 through 6 sections to my sprayer. The very last one, the 6th one, is going to operate that one nozzle that's for that fence line sprayer. So I'm going to shut these ones off. I'm going to turn number 6 on. And that will allow that one nozzle to spray on the end. This sprayer works pretty good, but obviously you can't get into the corners real good. So it's good on like nice long straightaways like what's behind me. So I'm going to spray between this rye and this pasture. And I got some electric fence. And I'm going to spray that. But overall it works pretty good on the nice long straightaways. At first it was hard for me to get the distance, you know, from the sprayer to the fence. But once you get that down, it works pretty good. Well, I got the corn all sprayed, I got it fertilized, and we even had time to do some fence line spraying. Thanks again for watching Just Making It.